The final two countries to have their second rehearsal today at Eurovision 2019 were Estonia and Portugal. Honey. We got a storm, we got a cell phone, we got a cell phone in the storm. Shall we talk about it? Let's do this! Kicking off with Estonia, they have ambition here. It's just that things weren't quite working out. Essentially, at the end, when he has that digital storm effect, he has to sing live. That digital storm effect appears to be pre-recorded, and so you see him singing in a storm, and he has to sing the vocals live, but he can't match it with the mouth. That's essentially the problem. If they can pull this off, it's going to be absolutely stunning. The storm is beautiful. His staging as a whole looks amazing. It's just the execution is not happening. He walks out, you've got orange panels, almost like a sunset, a dark storm is coming, and then you have the actual storm. It's just not working though, technically. Vocally, he's fine. Visually, he looks amazing. They've just got to sort out that big effect at the end, because if they nail it, I think he's going through. If they miss it, he's dead in the water.
Yeah, exactly that. Apparently it looked better in the arena, but every time we saw it on the screen, it was really poor, to be honest. And I don't know whether or not that's Estonia being a bit too ambitious with the staging and thinking that it would be fine and they could make it work. Maybe it's a tech issue, which is why, we don't know. But as it is, they have some serious homework to do to get this right before Tuesday night, or even Monday night for the jury final, because a jury would see that and would crucify it, honestly. Yeah, really unfortunate. Victor sounded good, and the camera angles before that, which they've introduced, where it's spinning around him a lot more, almost creating this storm-like effect anyway, are really good. But that is the killer right now in this performance.
I think the song is called Storm, and the Estonian delegation experience this year is also a storm, because we're 2 rehearsals in and there wasn't one single run-through where they could do the performance from start to finish. That is bad, because we're starting dress rehearsals like in 2 or 3 days. And the jury final is in 2 or 3 days, and they weren't able to do the performance right once. So I don't know what the production is thinking about this here, because clearly the product was presented by the Estonian delegation, like in the delegation's meeting a couple of weeks ago, months ago actually. And we're still having these issues. The problem is not Victor. No. Victor is growing vocally with each run through.
Yes.
The problem is the technicality of this performance. Hopefully they will get it. If they need to bring the delegation in one more time with no press, they actually should do it, because it's not looking good for them. It's not looking good for them.
No, and it's a shame, because I think they actually have a very good idea.
Yeah.
Because it looked fine in Estilao, and here it's falling short. So fingers crossed, because we love Victor Crone and we want to see him in that final. In any case, the other act, the most talked about act of the day potentially, is Portugal's Conan Osiris. We just had the pleasure of interviewing him. He is a force of nature. This man is a force of nature. The performance is not to his liking. At his press conference, he explicitly said, "I'm not happy. I didn't like that." He was angry. He says the production team has not listened to his wishes. They have not made any of the changes. They've not added any of the effects that he wanted, and he's angry. So things need to change. He's made it clear things aren't going to... He didn't say things will change. He didn't say he hopes things will change. He said things are going to change.
Yeah.
Like, they ain't going to sleep till they get what they want. Yeah. And I think he's right, because this is not as strong as it was at Festival da Canção.
No.
It is not as strong as it was. Copy and paste what we said the other day. It's slightly brighter, which is good. You can see him better. But beyond that, it's really not meeting the high expectations and high bar he set in Lisbon.
No, and there's added things that I'm noticing with each run through. So the fact that he's wearing green and the dancer is wearing green gloves means that when he does that, like pulling back the arm thing, like it was almost like a bow and arrow going off. That was the way I always looked at it. You now can't see that because it's green on green, and it just doesn't work. There's no clarity into what's happening. It was too dark. You still couldn't work out his face thing, and ultimately the most damning thing was that it got virtually no applause in the press room. It was like worryingly silent. It was almost awkward how quiet people were, because I think people were just like, honestly, it was bad. And it wasn't Conan's fault. Conan sang it well. Conan performed it well. The dancer Joao, he pretty much did the death drop kind of thing, even though he's got a bad knee. No, and it's really sad because I loved Telemoveis going in. Right now, it's looking at like 15th or 16th in the semi-final.
It's so upsetting, and I think you've actually summed it up very well.
Yeah.
This is so strong, and yet the execution by the producers here has been so weak.
Yeah.
First, I think if you're watching the live stream and you saw my reaction on the live stream, I was livid because I knew all the changes they had requested from the first to the second rehearsal, and then I saw the rehearsal happening before my eyes, and I saw none of the things they had requested to change were actually changed. And I'm gonna tell you this: I know the Portuguese delegation for a couple of years now. And they're one of the most happy and chill delegations there are at Eurovision. It's very, very, very rare to get them mad at something. And let me tell you this, they are pissed. They are not happy in the slightest. Conan vocalized the general sentiment of the Portuguese delegation. I know they came for the victory. I know this for a fact. They came for the victory, and they know even the qualification is slipping through their fingers. And the probability of it not happening is high. For all you Portuguese fans out there, because I know there's a lot of hate for the broadcaster, it's not their fault, because they presented everything in here. They're just not meeting the expectations that we set. And it's very strange for me to be talking like this or going on a defense attorney of the Portuguese broadcaster, because I don't even work for them, but it's just bad. I feel unhappy. I don't feel satisfied. I actually feel their pain, feel their anger, and I think you should be sad as well for this.
I have to tell a fable, the fable of the balance beam. It is 4 inches. It is a thin line. You do your 3 flip-flops, walk backs, flip, somersault, you stick it, you win the gold medal at the Olympics.
You fall?
One small slip on that fine line.
And you're Simone Biles.
No medal. She was good, so she got a medal, but you fall, no medal, you could break your neck. That's what we're dealing with here with Portugal. It's such a fine line, and if the production team here in Israel get it right, they're going to be flip-flopping, sticking that dismount, getting on that podium. If they don't, they're dead in the water.
What does confuse me a little bit is that clearly some of the delegations asked for changes and they were made.
Yeah.
So I'm not entirely certain whether Portugal maybe it wasn't said clearly enough.
Their English is real good. Okay, their English is real good.
Maybe something was lost in translation in some way or some form. I don't know what it is, but yeah, clearly there was something wrong, but I don't understand why particularly Portugal has suffered.
Where there's a will, there's a way. So I'm gonna need the production crew, whether they're Swedes, Austrians, Israelis, to get it together.
Fix it,
okay,
girl, fix it.
This is just Eurofans are choking and gasping.
Yeah.
That room, there was such a cloud of disappointment, not in Conan, but in what was happening around him.
Yeah, definitely.
In any case, that's what we think. What do you think? Is Conan Osiris trapped in a storm? Will Victor Crone's storm finally strike lightning, make some thunder, get it exciting? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and leave a comment down below.
Oh yeah, and follow us on all our social media platforms. Follow our live stream. We're coming back tomorrow again.
And use your Telemoveis to go to MyHeritage and order yourself a limited edition 60th Eurovision DNA kit. They're amazing. We'll see you later. Bye!